Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we were kind of lame. We had a little bit of black velvet. Before we really get into this whole thing.
I thought you were going to sing the song, thank God.
I've done that before. Before we get into this here, Mr. Magazine and I had a bit of a brouhaha before. And I gave him the money that he says that I owe him. So we're all even now. Actually, I went sourcing with my good buddy Jim Rockford, and somebody said they had some really good things down by the docks, and stupid me went. Now, you see this over here, and my eye, Mr. Magazine was laughing at me over at the
sheet music paper cut.
That would be one heck of a
paper
it's
itching me.
That would be one heck of a paper cut. Mr. Magazine was laughing at me Monday morning. So, real quick rambling story before we get started. Sunday was beautiful up here with 80 degrees, something like that.
Yeah.
Outside doing a little bit of yard work. I could not sleep Sunday night. Allergies. My head was killing me. I woke up. My eye was all red and puffy.
Weak.
All red and puffy. And I'm like, what the heck? Come to find out that I had a sty. So that's why the eye looks like that. And then on Tuesday, I had to go over to the doctor. I've got a little keratosis over here that they had frozen before. And I'm sitting at the doctor's office and they go, oh, yeah, that's still there. Oh, we're going to just do an operation. I'm like, what?
Nice.
What?
Nice.
Yeah, here, sign this. We're doing an operation. And they went and they sliced it right off and they sent it off to the lab and everything. And so I'm walking around with a Band-Aid on my head, like Les Nussman. And that's what we're doing here. So try not to be distracted. Mr. Magazine can't stop looking. Are you going to say hi to people?
Yes.
Or what?
Yes. Hello. Hi. Lovely Lori's in the house. How's it going? Popular Purple's in the house. Awesome Antiquarian. Marvelous Michael. Ferocious Pharaoh. Triple J. Nice Nova. Jazzy Jeff's in the house. How's it going? What do we got going on here? Oh, definitely. Definitely. Yes, definitely. Delightful Don's in the house. Awesome Amazon. Yep. So obvious.
You got to do what you got to do. James Rockford said he had a deal for me.
And awesome Aaron as well. How's it going, buddy?
All righty. So after, I can't stop looking either.
Well, look this way and then no one will see it. Yeah, look towards me. See, perfect. That's your better side.
If I turn around, you said it was my better side.
Totally Treasure Finders is in the house.
All right, everybody, we'll start the show off as we always do. How are sales? Lead us on, Mr.
God.
Magazine.
Do I have to? Not very good. Let's just put it that way. Average at best. Every platform I'm on, everything's down for the most part. The alt sites are okay. They're hanging in there, but eBay and Amazon are definitely down about 20% now. I think it was 10% last time. Now it's up to about 20%. How eBay gives you that rating through 30 days. Down 25% in 30 days on eBay, which is a nice chunk of change.
Oh,
yes, that's a lot. Yep.
Yes, that would be.
Yeah.
How about everybody else out there? How are your sales? I'm thinking they're not very good, but we shall see.
All right. Super SMP's in the house. How's it going? Triple J, lousy. Yep.
Lousy. Okay.
So, I agree.
Michael's winning right now with so.
Oh, good story with this. I got to tell you a quick rambling story. Mr. Whitmore had a cake delivered to me from the bakery next door.
Oh, okay.
Now he lives, halfway across the country.
Yep.
So they said, Aaron gave you this pie. I'm like, what? Aaron's giving me a pie? So my sister kept saying, probably that lives, that drives around for you.
Yeah.
He lives out of state. She's, like, there's no way. I go, let me find out. So I call him up. I go, hey, how's it going? I go, I got these checks in the mail for you because, you got to make these deliveries in a couple weeks, whatever, And, oh, my God, I can't believe what happened. Someone gave us a free pie. My sister ate it. She got an allergic reaction. They had to bring it to emergency. I mean, it's crazy. Of course, I had him going. He didn't believe it. A little late April Fool's joke, but I got him
That's
good.
Nice.
Yeah, very good. Neither of us saw that coming.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, not a bad. This is my better side, though. Cool. Kelly's in the house.
Site's been broken.
Yeah.
Sales are down to
I didn't know we were talking about whatnot, but okay. Yep.
Wow. Shots fired. Pretty good.
Oh, good.
Okay,
All right.
There we go.
Say it.
Womp womp.
I think a womp womp.
Oh, that's how you spell womp womp?
I don't know. I guess. I don't know.
Doing very well. Even Mercari. Whoa. Nice.
Yeah,
So
can't
Nova's
argue-
doing
can't
well.
argue with that.
Yeah. Greater numbers are putrid.
Yeah.
Okay. 39% from 30 days ago. Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
brutal.
I've got to buck the trend. I'm actually doing okay. Not great guns, but okay. I'm holding my own. I think I only had one not very good day, and I think that was Sunday. But with the weather we had over the weekend, I absolutely understand that, and that's going to be my excuse for why people's sales are that. I know Auction Professor did a video today where he was saying that one of the problems is sometimes, and I know this has happened to you, it's happened to me. You search on an item and it says item number blah 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 is no longer available. And that's happening on items that are actually still available for sale, which could be hurting as well on that. So my sales are okay. I'm not going to argue or complain. Not selling a lot of items, but they are a little bit higher priced items. And I guess when you get down to it, if I'm gonna hit $200 in sales in a day, I'd rather do it off 4 items than off 12 items. I mean, hitting it off the 12 is nice because it's moving a lot of stuff out where I need the space.
Sure.
But when you're selling stuff for, that you listed in 2011 and you're getting $8 out of it, you're like, well, it's good to see it gone.
It helps. Yeah.
Good to see it gone, but I'm doing a lot of work for nothing on that stuff over there. Amazon is down, though. Amazon is definitely down for me, no doubts.
Got the wonderful Wood is in the house. All right. Glad you can catch us live. Lori says fair.
Fair. Okay.
No, that's worse than putrid. I mean, that's Zilcho.
Oof.
Yeah.
And
Marvelous Mr. Hot Wheels.
And no, I just the other sites going on over there. One item on Viv-Views, one item on $1 Million Peddlers, and I did a little bit of research. I looked at last year's numbers. That was very little bit of research. And Etsy always gets slow for me in the spring. That being said, I actually sold 4 items this week, which is 2 straight weeks of 1 item, and I did sell 4 this week. So maybe it's picking up a little bit. But last year it was horrendous in the spring also. Maybe all I can think of is maybe a lot of the people on Etsy are getting into like the gardening and all that kind of stuff in the spring, and I do not sell stuff into those.
Right.
I don't really sell gardening stuff and any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I might not be selling the stuff that they care about over there.
Sure.
eBay changing the site constantly. No, that would be very, very true. Yep. The store redirects to eBay search as a whole. Oh,
nice glitch.
That's not a good glitch whatsoever because one of the key things that eBay has that the other sites don't have is your ability to brand yourself. I can get you into my store categories and have you shop through my store categories. I mean, that's kind of what eBay is supposed to be doing, is pushing each of us having our own stores. You come on by and you shop just within our store.
Yeah.
If you got a lot of the same type items.
Got the awesome Aniques in the house, and I did resend out that hoodie, so you should get that hopefully in a few days or early next week. And so, wow, that's pretty good. 48% in 31 days. I wish I could do half that. And Joyous Joy, how's it going?
Offers, 52 older offers out of 158 total offers. Now, here's what jumped out at me when I was doing my offers report. This past week, I had 158 offers that I can make to watchers. Last week, 157 offers I can make to watchers.
Nice.
The week before, 158 items I can make to watchers. So it seems as though traffic is fairly consistent. So the traffic coming to me, the watchers, is consistent. 158, 157, 158. Promoted 29 out of 59. So that's 50% promoted, which again, it's been trending up to roughly half the items that we have to pay a promoted fee on at this point for me.
Cool.
So
very good. All right. Let's see. Purple, what do we got going on? Oh gosh, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that's very bad.
Super Steven, how's it going?
What about checking clearance items at Home Depot, Lowe's for spring, summertime? I think lots of people were gardening and doing yard work this summer. Yeah, I think so too. Not me though. Not with the allergies. I learned my lesson. How about any buys? Anybody out there? Hey, if you can't sell, you might as well buy. How about you, Mr. Magazine?
I'm very light on the buying right now. Again, we got Aaron going across country, a couple places, 2 or 3 locations, and we'll hit them there. But as far as the store goes, I looked at that big model collection last week. Spent almost 2 hours there itemizing and taking pictures. I haven't heard back from the guy. I made him an offer. He's out of town. Another guy came in he wanted to sell his Funkos. He had 200 of those. And again, the problem with the Funkos is all these Funko collectors, they use the Funko website because you can put your collection in there and they tell you what it's worth. Well, it tells you what it's worth on Funko's website. Like, it's always inflated. It's about 25% higher. And I tell them, I go, I think he said it was 5,000. I go, so if you're saying it's worth 5,000 on this site,
it's $4,000
on eBay, it's right at $4,000, and they're really cold right now. I'm going to offer you like 1,700, and then he finally wanted 2,000. I said, fine. But then he said, no, I want to keep them. I only need $1,000. Then he wanted to sell me his Fast and Furious cars at 124 scale. He had like 60 of those, but again, he wanted way too much money,
right.
And I got to stand firm and keep my offers fair and affordable. And if I need them, step up to the plate. But so far, not much buying going on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm still broke, so go figure. Maybe the sales are down.
that could have something to do with it.
Yeah,
it's weird. There's a chance eBay Casino is throttling your account. No, I don't think so. Like I said, I'm doing. I mean, there could be some level of throttle that I hit the 150 mark there on the watchers, and that's like where I'm at. I mean, it is kind of funny to have 158, 157, 158. That is interesting. But again, my sales are doing okay, so I can't complain. Especially when I hear a lot of other people are not doing well at all. So I'm very happy with what I'm doing over there. My buys, I had went to the first flea market and the bottle show, bought a couple of things over there. Saw a few subscribers, said hi to them. Shot some video, as long as Mr. Magazine, he's not going to do it, as long as Random Neighborhood Kid gets it off my phone and renders the video. Hopefully next Monday we should have a nice haul video up, fun little haul video, first one of the year. I know in 2 weeks I'll be going down to Allentown, so if you're around the Allentown area, hey, check me out. I'll be walking around there.
God, you didn't sing that song.
I'll wait till we come back.
Yeah.
And then there was the online auction that I bought some stuff at, and I went and picked that up as well. But that's pretty much all. Took a look. No good estate sales this week. Doesn't mean that I won't look tomorrow morning because I'm out and about for the day job. If there's something close to where I am, I might stop. But doesn't look like much buying this week either, which, again, I don't need anything. So
yeah, true.
That's one of the blessings
Nothing wrong with that.
Bursting at the seams.
Yeah.
Listening to AP. Well, and sometimes he knows what he's talking about. If you buy a postcard from me, I'll buy one from me. Both get a cha-ching. There you go. Cha-ching fix. There you go. And boost yourselves up in the algorithm.
Popular Puddings, how's it going?
Head on into glitch of the week. I know feedback wasn't reading up right. I know you were saying, Mr. Magazine, they ended up taking off all those negatives, but they were still counting the negatives, but they weren't there.
It was weird, yeah.
Yeah, so the feedbacks are all over the place. They're not reading right over on eBay. Couldn't change my photo over on eBay. So I've got the CZUR Scanner, and I took a picture of the table of contents. Sometimes I take a picture of it right side up, sometimes sideways, because it doesn't make any difference. What's the easiest way for me to put it up on the scanner for the way that I'm standing? Mm-hmm. And then all I do is I take it and I rotate it in eBay. Right. No problem, easy enough to do. So I had the table of contents, and it was wrong. So I clicked to scan it, or to rotate it, and nothing happened. And I clicked to rotate it, and nothing happened. And I just said, all right, I'll list it. Mm-hmm. Then I'll go back and revise it. Not a problem. Right. So I listed it, and then I looked, and the window was open to rotate it, but it never opened up so I could see it. It like opened up behind the tabs instead of in front of the tabs. It was the weirdest thing. So I was able to get it taken care of, but that was definitely a glitch because it opened up. Have you noticed any problem with web interpret? I guess not.
Oh, you're talking to me or them?
I'm talking to you because you use web interpret.
I use it, but I don't like follow it and look at it.
They're ending items that we sell on the US, the US site, which is what they're supposed to do. And anybody who doesn't use web interpret, they're in with eBay, and they'll take our items and they'll list them to like eBay UK and I don't know, eBay Spain and eBay blah blah, eBay Canada and all these other places, and you pay a little bit of a charge to them for their service. and then you pay if things sell. So I might have a Tom and Jerry comic book, and it'll take the American one and it'll populate it out to 6 or 7 different sites. They're ending the items after they sell on the US site, as well they're supposed to. However, I just got today an item ended on some foreign site that I sold 2 weeks ago in America, which could be a bit of a problem.
That is a problem.
Because that's a 2-week lag that somebody could buy it on a foreign site. Right. Even though I've already sold it on the American site. And I've noticed it on 2 or 3 different items. So if you use Web Interpret, you definitely want to keep your eyes open for that as being a possibility.
I guess for rating purposes, you're better off selling it on the U.S. site.
Well, it's already gone. It's already it's already.
But you don't want it the other way around, because then you be getting hit on the U.S. site.
Right,
Not that you're going to get kicked off, but
yeah, but the item's long gone too, because it was bought 2 weeks ago. So the guy who bought it already has it, but it was still showing up on a foreign site.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Okay. Yep. No. Yep. Definitely is happening. Definitely is happening out there. Faucets seem to be turned down. Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it is going up over here too. It's 3. Last time I looked, it was 360 something or other over here. Had a problem over. So I am still working on revising item specifics. Recommended.
Wow, okay.
I'm still working on those. Not making much progress, but I probably do 4 or 5 a day. So I went to revise a Collier's magazine. Now, mind you, this Collier's magazine was listed. Mm-hmm. It's up. It's live. No problems at all. I just have to add a couple of item specifics to make them happy.
Right.
So I click on it to, I don't know, say that it's a weekly magazine, or say that it's published in the USA, or whatever one things they want me to say. Yeah. And, then I click through, check the box that says, don't tell me this again. And it disappears and it's updated. Yeah. So a already listed item, and all I'm doing is changing a couple of item specifics. Postage type is not supported by this site.
Wow. That's a problem.
So I got a glitch that where I'm nowhere near even anywhere near the postage area. And it's telling me that the postage type that it's been listed for 6 months on it with no problems. And then I get error when I try to revise it.
Let me ask you a question. Speaking of item specifics, I've never revised them in how many years? 2 or 3 years? How long have they been doing this?
Something's working.
Oh, all right. Wow. All right.
Maybe it'd be a shorter segment if we said things that are working on eBay this week.
Exactly. But if I had, we said it's not worth me changing hundreds of thousands of items or item specifics. Do you think that would increase my sales if I were to put time into it going back when you started doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. An item a day.
Yeah. So it's not worth it, you're saying, for me.
You're right. It would increase the sales, but an item a day, something like that. Yeah. And then we were over on Whatnot, and want to thank everybody who came out and supported me. It was a lot of fun for everybody. I woke up early, 2 a.m., and my show was at 9 p.m. at night. And to say that I was on fumes, I was definitely on fumes. But I want to thank everybody for coming by. They had there's this feature in Whatnot where you can raid people's auctions. And what that means is, I know Mr. Magazine's doing an auction right after me. And then I can click and I can send all of the people in my room, both of them, over to his auction.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And then Mr. Magazine can do whatever, and he can send them all over to Dawn's auction and so on. Mm-hmm. So they were doing what they call a raid train. And, you did your 1 hour and then you sent them on to the next one. Well, I read on their website, and it said that if you're using an Android, you cannot do it. You have to do it off of your laptop or computer in order to do that. And it gave directions on how to do that. So I was second last in there, and Flippin' Roo came on after me, and I was like, oh boy, I got to send the people over with the raid train. Yeah. So I ended my show a little bit early, but I'm talking, and I said, all right, I'm going to try this raid train over here. I'm on the computer. Yeah. It's telling me, look for these 3 dots, do this, do that. None of them are on my computer. So then I said, let me check something on the phone. Sure enough, you could send it over on the phone, even though their website told you couldn't. So that's like a weird little glitch where they're like, you can't do this when you sure enough can. Right. So maybe they didn't update stuff on their site or something like that. I don't know. I've changed photos on old items and have sold them within weeks of the update. Might be worth it for you with the quantity you have.
Man, that'd be tough because I'm paying an employee to.
You basically have to pull a box and
Yeah,
just do one box.
Yeah, one box at a time, exactly. But then again, you're ending 50 items, taking 50 more pictures, and relisting them all.
Or just adding the pictures.
I mean, I guess if they were like a box of $50 magazines, it would be worth doing it. Like the old $8 and $10 ones, probably not.
Did you notice that the homepage over on Amazon changed its look?
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry. I did not like that. Yeah, I don't like change.
No, I don't either. It's just you get in there and you're looking at it and you're going, why did they change this? Where is everything that I want? Why did they have to move everything around on me? Yeah. And it wasn't for any, it's one thing if they change and it's easily seen, oh, this is 100 times better. Right. It's a lot faster and everything is set up a lot better. No, it's not like that. It's just like they're just changing stuff to change stuff. And I know on the Amazon boards, that's what everybody was saying. Like,
it's not even flashy. It's like not even like interesting. It's like a lullaby.
Oh, he's on the fence trying Whatnot. Yeah. If Whatnot themselves reaches out to us, you can sponsor us.
Well, my account did say I need a big write-off. I need to take some big losses. So yeah,
we were this close to getting them to sponsor us, and you just lost it.
Sorry. I wish.
You're stealing my material. That's how I started the show off. I said I owed him some money.
If I was here with RNK, then that would have happened.
Nah, just a little skin thing. Just a little skin thing. We head on into item of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you to Local Mike for this.
So I ended up forgetting about this when I was at my warehouse. I take stuff from my shop out of my collection or something cool I just pick up. I didn't pick up anything good. So I saw this and I thought this was pretty interesting. So I'm going to share it with everyone.
Don't hit me again. Not again.
Yes, exactly. I'm left-handed. Well, I guess I could do it because the lefty was swinging.
Oh, yeah, you're going to accidentally hit me trying to be funny.
So I picked up a couple of these a while back. I think 2 or 3 of them, and they're super rare. It is a TNA wrestling base brawl. Wow. They actually had this in Buffalo. It was a big event. So you're mixing baseball with wrestling, and they had the bats going on, and a bunch of guys did private signings with the bats, all limited edition.
So where did you buy the bat at the show, or?
Well, a gentleman that I bought his collection from had a bunch.
Where did you buy it?
Yeah, you had to buy it at the show. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. But and these weren't cheap then, and they're super limited. And I had JSA certifying, so they're legit, and they're worth about $800 now. Oh, so this one's Hulk Hogan. I think I got one.
It's a Louisville Slugger too.
It is a Louisville. Yep, it sure is. But I got a couple other ones from other wrestlers, and they're still worth $300, $400, $500. I just thought it was kind of cool because you're covering 2 different areas. You got the baseball, and you got the wrestling fans, so they're going to collect them. So
right. Well, and that's the thing too, that it would be one of those things. Exactly.
There's a JC. And 800 might be a little high, but the guy said, Hulk Hogan, how many years left does he have? No offense, 5-10 years. And then these things would be worth a couple grand probably, So
well, but the other thing about that too, though,
don't give it away.
You go to some wrestling collector sale and you got the baseball bat there. How many of the wrestling collectors are going to pick up the bat? Probably not a lot of them. Because they're going to see a lot of wrestling stuff and go, oh, the guy liked baseball too.
Right.
Whereas now that we know that exists, you pick that up. And you're like, this is a $800 bat.
Definitely.
They only want $100 on it.
Even I don't know if they signed all of them or if they sold them. Some are unsigned, but even unsigned ones would be worth
a couple $100. Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Wow, very neat. Oh,
hold on, Dawn answered. Is she correct?
47 weeks, 2 days. Yep.
Oh, close.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, we'll count that. That's good enough. The price is right. She didn't go over.
Yeah.
Insulting offer of the week time. Actually, there weren't that many of them this week. Mr. Magazine, well, I guess you got to have offers to have insulting offers.
Yeah, I just get sick of half of them.
Well, you can still send them.
I do send some, yeah. They got to be super insulting.
Well, Mr. Magazine, with a $13 Sports Illustrated with Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning on the cover, and somebody offering you $1, would that be insulting?
And it was an earlier one too. It was one, he was kind of younger, not a rookie year, but close to it. Yeah.
How about a $4,000 Mickey Mantle JSA certified signed large photo that you wanted $4,000 on, and they give you a $1,200 offer?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, not much to say about that.
No, it's just like if he was alive today, he probably would charge $1,000 to sign that thing.
I had a Vermont memo book. Anybody that doesn't know, memo books are pocket size, and you make little notes in there, and they had advertising on the cover. Yeah, that is true. I wanted $28 on it. Guy offered me $5 with free shipping. So I literally would have lost money had I accepted his offer. Because even though it's not big, it's still $3.65 to ship.
Yeah.
Plus fees, plus the cost of the item, plus packing materials. And the winner this week is Mr. Magazine.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. You're always a winner in my book. Video Business Magazine. Mr. Magazine was asking $16 to $18 a piece. He had 50 of them that the general was interested in. Mr. Magazine said $750 shipped. So he's knocking, $1 to $3 off each plus free shipping. So $750 shipped.
About a few dollars off. Yeah, 20%, 25, whatever.
The guy said, "Oh, my wife's going to kill me. I was thinking more like $100 shipped." So he wanted to offer $2 shipped, and Mr. Magazine was offering.
How much would it cost for 70 magazines shipped? $100? I don't know. I'm close to that. I mean, like, okay, you just want all these magazines for free?
You'll give him magazines for free if he shows up. You just get to pick which ones, and you can weight his car down.
All right, JC's in the house. How's it going? And Triple J made a good point.
Yeah, no, that's very true. That is very, very true. There's no expenses paid trip. Nice. I think I can handle that. I didn't get any bad offers this week. Someone for $12 and a $15 item was going to go ahead and send the offer. They already bought it.
Cool.
Those are always the best.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
There you go. Hit the like button. Would appreciate it. Thank you.
Peeps.
Oh, marshmallow peeps. Easter's over. You can get those. You can get those on closeout.
Yeah, he loves those things.
Some customer issues. Do I want to start? I'm going to start with this one.
You're breathing heavy. It's going to be some good ones.
Mr. Magazine had a Village Voice magazine on eBay. A customer emailed, and I'm going to read the customer's email in full. Are you ready, Mr. Magazine?
Yeah.
Again, Village Voice on eBay. Customer email to Mr. Magazine. Here we go. I am bothered that the. Moving on. The guy bought on Amazon. Exactly.
Yeah.
Mr. Magazine forwarded that. No, what? But he's bothered.
Yeah.
He's bothered.
That was it. Yeah.
I am bothered.
Sorry. Yeah, I apologize.
Guy bought a book from me on Amazon. He's returning it as he didn't know it was used. I listed it as used.
Yeah. It
was acceptable. And I noted in the listing that there was some damage on the spine. But he thought he was getting a new book.
Wow.
Too insulting. Same buyer offer $1, another for $1.50 and 2 postcards. I declined them both and was warming up the band hammer. If there was a third, but they went away. Oh, they heard the band hammer starting and they took off. They took off. Yeah, it seems to be a low week for insulting offers. Someone reached out to me via Amazon messages saying the item didn't arrive. Now, this was kind of interesting. I don't know if you've noticed this or not, Mr. Magazine. If you look there with the Amazon bots with the canned responses, there's one there where you can just click something about refund and it'll say something like, "Oh, I'm sorry, your item didn't arrive. I'm going to give you a refund." And then there's a link to click to give them a refund.
Oh, cool.
So that was actually a case where the bots were good because the item did not arrive. I checked the tracking and it hadn't moved at all. And it was way past when it was supposed to be there. So I was going to give a refund anyway. So it was all automated for me. Just click 2 buttons and it took care of it for me. So that was pretty good. $9 on a $20 card, but he retracted it.
I get guys to do that too. I want to go decline it or delete it and it's already gone.
Well, I love when they do the $9 offer and then they retract it and then they come back with like a $7 offer.
They did. Reconsider.
$9's way too much. I got an Amazon return on an item. Now, it was a Mad magazine. I listed it as acceptable. I listed it with tears and corners folded over and everything. It was not in great shape, but I listed all the damage on it. The person said, "I'm very upset with the condition. This is in poor condition." I'm thinking, well, yeah, it's listed as acceptable. Of course it is. So I refunded them. So they sent me an email. "Hello, do I need to send this back now that the refund was issued? The condition is pretty bad. I was shocked. And most sellers don't care to spend more to ship items like these back. Please let me know. I'll give you positive feedback and won't mention that I didn't send it. Thanks." What is your opinion on his comment to me?
He's wants it.
My opinion is when you say most sellers don't care to spend more to ship items like these back, that tells me that's not his first rodeo.
Right, yeah, exactly.
That any number of times he's made up issues,
Yeah, exactly.
or claimed issues
He knows how
in
to
order
beat
to
the
get something
system.
free.
Exactly,
Exactly. I wish there were a way to easily report the buyers. Maybe there is. I haven't really looked into it. Because he'd be somebody
we should look into it because
he's somebody that I would definitely report, because if he knows that, most
Right.
sellers let me keep the item for free if I complain.
Well, the problem is most Amazon buyers do not read that condition comment section. That's the problem, because we just had a Barbie today, I noticed, and I should have done it. Usually I do this because it'll save an negative.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
99 cents.
Yeah.
Oh, make sure
Free
it's include shipping.
Ban hammer.
I'll get right on that. Wow. Sorry.
But so the Barbie was mangled. The box was mangled, and they clearly said it. It was acceptable. They said it, but I'm thinking like, some guy's gonna get this. He paid $20. It's probably a $50 Barbie. He got it for $20 because of the condition, and he could immediately just get negative. So what I try to do is, if I see this in advance, I was in a hurry today, I highlight that and send them a copy of that so they see it with the item. So that could save a potential negative down the road. Because most Amazon guys, they just don't think they'll just give you the negative.
Mr. Magazine got a guy telling him, I buy selected watch trade cards. First class postage is still less than $1 plus a cardboard envelope. I'm not asking for free shipping, just fair. And it's like, we don't ship in an envelope without tracking.
I've dealt with this guy and he still doesn't understand. I said, make the offer. I sent him an offer out. I go, buy it. Don't pay for it. Just accept the offer.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Hot Wheels. I'll look into that. Yep.
Yeah, they told Lori that recently too. Because
on Amazon?
Because of some the guy gave us negatives for some garbage or something like that. So they said you got to file it there first and then call them.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're saying. So kind of like eBay.
Okay. Yep. So, I definitely will do that then. But you were saying now about the trade cards. Sorry.
Yeah. So I said, just accept the offer that I sent you. Don't pay for it. I'll revise it because I told him I'd do $4 shipping. It's like in the middle of what we were asking what he wanted. And he's still saying he didn't do that yet. It's still saying $6 or $5 shipping. I go, just accept it. Like, he wants it changed. I'm not going to revise the listing just for him.
Right.
It's very simple procedure, and he doesn't get it. So I don't, and we're talking about a $15 item. Who cares?
Mr. Magazine sold a Lee Trevino signed Sports Illustrated on Amazon.
No, I did not.
The person
for $10.
This product was advertised as having a signature and a certificate, but this is not what was received. Why was I shipped something different than what was in this listing?
It was $10. The photo was a signed Trevino, but the listing clearly didn't say signed. So we're going off that listing when we do a search. We didn't see the photo, but still for $10 and a certificate, you do really think you're getting? I would email the person at first. I would think it's a fake autograph, like a photocopier or something like that. That's just me.
And Mr. Magazine had another problem. Aloha, my package was delivered. However, whoever delivered the package put it over my fence with my dog. Dog ate the package, and the product is now damaged.
They sent me a picture of that. Yeah, it was damaged. Yeah. Yeah. And I said, well, I apologize. It wasn't me. It was your local
post office / UPS /
Yeah, I go, I'm in Rochester, New York. The person delivered it's in Hawaii. I go, I would contact your
I would love to be in Hawaii. I would love to be making that delivery. However,
crazy.
I see listing with a ridiculous price like $34.99 offer $34.
Yeah.
I think there are people out there that do that.
Yeah.
Hoping that works. Mr. Magazine had a guy in Brazil after 6 business days worrying that the item hadn't arrived yet. So I had to put it in tracking. Yep. Some interesting other things that I found out there. Amazon sent an email, and I think you probably got this one as well. And I thought it was just an interesting email to get.
Sony products?
No, they were telling us all the different ways that they're fighting scammers.
Oh.
So if Amazon is sending us one and they're saying, and I'm making this up because I didn't print the email out, but it's something other like, we shut down 1,200 phishing accounts. We shut this down. We shut that down. And they're telling all this over here. It's making me think if they're sitting there telling me that, then there must be a problem.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to sit there and tell me about all these great things you're doing if everybody's not being affected on there.
Did I tell you about the Sony thing?
No, go ahead.
So this guy named Steven something or other, get an email from him through Amazon, and he say he's affiliated with Sony PlayStation products.
Okay.
And he said, we have products on there that I need to prove that they're authentic and I need to show receipts, the normal run of the mill.
Yeah.
But he's not contacting Amazon yet. He wants me to end them. So I went back and said, okay, we'll end, all the new Sony products we have, no problem. Never heard back from him. We had 3 games, PlayStation games that were sealed. It's got to be them because why would it be anything else? He emails back yesterday and says, you still have the item listed up for sale. So I had my manager look into who ended the other items, and he's referring to a 10-year-old Sony PSP screen adapter to make it enlarged for $10. That's used, not even in a box. That's obsolete. Why would Sony care about that?
I can't answer that.
Well, I emailed him. I said, okay. I go, you're referring to a used item that was sold, that Sony made money off 10 years ago. That's now obsolete.
That they're not selling now.
That's now used, but yet you're not concerned with a million other third-party sellers. They have new Sony PlayStation.
Well, plus
products.
it's not like Sony is selling that now.
Yeah, I don't even. And I have one item. It's not like I have 1,000 of them. It's not like they're all new. I mean, it's just baffling. He never responded back, but we ended them all.
Wow.
But what kills me is like, why is it okay to put on eBay?
Right.
You won't get any in trouble. You won't get in trouble at all on eBay.
So apparently there was a there you go. There was a book out there, Make Something Wonderful book about Bill Gates. It was gifted to Disney and Apple employees.
Okay.
Apparently, that dastardly Stephen. Apparently, a whole bunch of them ended up on eBay, and then they're all being ended by eBay. So eBay's ending all. So all the Disney and Apple employees that got them ran right over to eBay to list them, and they're getting ended right away, which kind of interesting on that over there. Yeah, that you wonder about that too, Mr. Hot Wheels. Mr. Magazine was granted an A to Z guarantee claim of $16.89 because the order number, blah, 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 was not delivered by the estimated delivery date. We recently confirmed delivery with the customer and reached out to the customer and asked them to authorize a reversal of the refund or return the order to you. In this instance, the customer confirmed they are keeping the order. The refund is no longer required because you were previously debited for the refund to this claim. You're going to get a credit back.
Nice.
So it's kind of interesting. I don't know why they reached out. I don't know why they did that. I mean, it's good. You get some money back on something or other that got there late through no fault of yours. So that's good.
Yeah.
Notice that a Kelly Slater, which sounds like AC finally got her on Saved by the Bell, 1987 surfing card. PSA 7 sold for $3,000. It's from some limited edition surfing set. I don't really know how it was distributed. I did a bunch of research, could not find out if it was distributed just through surf stores or where it was distributed. But if you have any surfing cards out there from 1987, get them graded.
So Kelly Kapowski married AC Slater. Is that what you're saying?
And became a famous surfer, apparently.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. Way to keep up. But yeah, Kelly Slater, 1987 surfing card, PSA 7, $3,000 sale, which is paltry compared to the world's oldest Hebrew Bible. Did you see this, Mr. Magazine?
I did not see this.
It's up for auction. Estimate.
How old is it?
It's the world's oldest. It's 1,100 years old, if I remember right.
Wow.
And it's missing most of Genesis. So it is not even complete. It should go for $50 million is the upside of what they think it should go for. So it's the oldest Hebrew Bible known, $50 million. Keep your eyes open at thrift sales or estate sales. If you find one older, now you have a price. So it may seem a little crazy when the auction or the estate sale is asking $12 million for it, but buy it because you can more than double your money. This creature card's worth more, definitely. A person made me, this should fall into the why bother offer of the week. Person made me a $23 offer on a $24 Bible. So obviously I accepted it. But they made their little note in there explaining why they were lowballing me.
Oh, really?
I live in New York, so it's cheaper shipping.
Is it really?
Not on media mail.
Oh.
Not on media mail. It's not. It's exactly the same. I didn't feel like getting in an argument with them on that there because I said, you're paying me fair on it. So I just smiled and said, cheaper shipping. I had an item get lost on its way to Brazil. A buyer put in a case and then they won. So they took the money out of my account. I use eBay Standard International Shipping. So I reached out this morning to eBay Help. They have you click through to prove that you're who you are over on Facebook.
Yeah.
I said, this went out this way. She said, I've reversed the claim. I got an email. They reversed the claim. I'm getting my money back. So apparently it's one of those, they'll eat it because I did get it to the eBay International, the domestic area. I got it to them. They weren't able to get it to the buyer. I got my money back. The buyer got his money back. So all's well that ends
I
well.
want to step in and vent real quick. So I told you about that I bought a Spider-Man graded comic to fill in my collection because mine was subpar.
Okay.
And it shows it's delivered.
I don't collect subpar comics. Go ahead.
It's on eBay. Go for it.
I'm not allowed to bid
It
on
shows
your stuff.
delivery. They foiled me like this happened in reversal now. So I'm the one getting scammed. So it says delivered, never got it. I talked to the post lady. She comes in every day. She goes, "Oh, I don't remember. Sometimes your number's 100 off from down there, but I checked with them. They didn't get it. Call this number." So we called this number today.
All right.
Rang and rang and rang, then hung up on me.
Oh, nice.
Then I told you about the IRS, hour and a half, hung up on me. Then I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, 15-minute wait, hung up on me. Are we seeing a pattern here? Seriously, are we seeing a pattern or what? This is crazy. Yeah, exactly. Walk away. I don't know what's going on.
You're used to it.
Yeah,
It makes your
that's a good rambling story. Yeah, I just wanted to vent a little bit.
Go ahead. It's half your show. You can vent all you want.
Not a good day.
Did you see about Dubai? Speaking of
No, I
Dubai,
have not seen Dubai.
what a great segue. Speaking of Dubai, so apparently they have, well, obviously they have license plates over there, and they do auctions for.
Oh, there was $1 million one. Oh, sorry. I don't know why and what said, but tell me about it.
Yep, Dubai, they do auctions, and it was for the license plate number 7.
So just 7.
7.
7.
7.
The number 7, not spelled out 7.
7.
Why would that be worth $1 million? And why did someone else want to pay $950,000 for it?
Well, apparently it's high status over there to get a low number, because I guess that shows that you can afford a low number.
So one
would be worth a gazillion
1 through
dollars.
6 is taken, 8 through 10 is taken, or whatever.
Yep, 7, and it's going up for auction. Number 7.
This is insane. So if you own number 1, why wouldn't you sell it?
Because
you own a license plate forever. Is that the deal? Once you get the number?
Yeah, I think it's just like here in New York
That's
State.
actually pretty cool. Yeah.
No, if you got it for $1 million, you got a heck of a deal. It went for $15 million.
So much money over there.
15. So if you're at a Dubai estate sale in a few years and you see the license plate 7 up on the wall, know that the guy paid $15 million for it. And if they're asking $40 for it, it may seem a little expensive, but do buy it.
So to put this in perspective,
You didn't get my joke. Do buy it.
Yes,
do buy it.
Yeah,
Jeez,
yes.
I worked all night on that.
To put it in perspective, like I'm on Instagram a lot, and the guys are showing off their watches.
Buy it.
Dubai, yeah, it's a $20 million watch. That's a $15 million license plate. Those items are worth more than my whole street. Like, think about that. That one little watch or one little license plate is worth more than dozens and dozens of homes on my street. It's just baffling to me. I mean,
Never had any problem shipping to Puerto Rico at all. Nope, none at all. 0. Dubai it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be a problem too,
Yeah,
Mr.
I've
Hot
had that,
Wheels.
yep,
Other
I've
people
had
have had that problem as well. Glitch is happening. Yep, this thing. Dubai it.
You should get that license plate.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. You're getting sand and everything, but other than that, I should get that T-shirt. Dubai
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Mugs made up, license plate.
Somebody had a print ad for razor blade. They were selling the print ad for a razor blade.
Yeah.
They got a strike because they were trying to sell it overseas, and it broke the UK rule on knives.
So they thought someone was going to get this print ad and start going like this with it, or that,
yeah, like wherever side it is.
cheese grater, cheese grater.
Yeah. So you got to be careful if you're selling print ads, things like perfume, things like knives, things like razors, things like that that the real physical item is banned for sale. You probably want not sell the ad either overseas.
PR is in the U.S. and so is PG.
That is true. Quick story, quick little rambling story. We're ahead of schedule, so I can give you a quick one. I did go to Puerto Rico with Mrs. Papergoy. Flew out of the Cleveland airport, stayed at my mom's house, flew out of the Cleveland airport. They actually asked us for our passports to go to Puerto Rico.
Oh, really?
I said to my wife, apparently Cleveland gets the news a little bit late.
What if you just had your license? You can't go in because I just bring my license.
Yeah, we brought our passports for no reason at all. We happen to have them with us. It was just more convenient. But I'm thinking, apparently news travels slowly to Cleveland. They still think it's 1897 and it's still Spanish. I don't know.
Where are you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah.
From the United States.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Dubai.
Cleveland.
Dubai it.
Good times.
I won a comic over at Heritage.
Nice. For you or me?
For me.
No.
Marvel Premier number 15. Are you familiar with that, Mr. Magazine?
Once you tell me who's on the cover, I will be.
Well, it's a CG660, if that helps any.
Hmm.
First Iron Fist.
Oh, cool.
$140 plus shipping.
Wasn't it like hundreds of dollars, like raw?
Last one went for $180 a few weeks back. October 2021, this comic that I paid $140 for went for $360.
Wow.
So it went from $360 down to $140.
It's crazy.
I'm thinking at some point, I mean, how much lower can it go?
These markets, though, they're just getting flooded with grading. That's, it's crazy.
Yeah, and the reason we don't is move a trade card for proofing razors into domestic only. That's true too. We use the web interpret, and actually one of the reasons why the sales are doing okay for me are international. They seem to be bailing me out. International buyers are buying stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of bailing me out a little bit.
The only thing we've changed because of this one item is anything really heavy, really big and bulky, breakable. We're not or expensive. We're not listing it internationally anymore. Did I talk about that ColecoVision? We shipped out, went overseas, and my lister put like kind of what you see is what you get kind of thing, like as shown. You get it as shown. That's how he worded it. Yeah. And which obviously he got what was shown, but didn't know it did not work. So he didn't test it and say test or untested. So he wanted to put a return in. Well, shipping was $100.
Right.
So on the item was say $180. Say it was $200. Well, do I really want to pay another $200 to get this thing back and pay the shipping? So obviously we just refunded him. He keeps it. I saved myself $100. I lost $200, but I saved myself $100.
Yeah.
But I just told him, I go in the future, test this stuff out and say tested, not tested, or they don't like you saying as is. But at least as is, you don't know what you're getting. You know what I mean? Like a train. A train could be as is. I just bought a train collection.
Well, or you could go on the side of caution and just say it doesn't work.
Right.
No matter what. No, I don't think there's anybody in the world that if you sell me a ColecoVision not working and I get it, this thing was working.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You scammer. You sold me something that works. International is very poor since they do a GSP. And then I want to give a little idea there to eBay, which they'll not listen to. Put in a way to search. And maybe it is there, maybe I haven't seen it, but put in a way to search by positives. And I know a lot of people say that positives don't matter on eBay, et cetera, et cetera. I disagree. I think that in a category like shipping supplies, I think it's very important.
Yeah.
There was something other that I was looking for, and I don't remember what it was, but there were 15 of the same listings. And by that, I mean, they have the same picture, same price, same write-up, but they're sold by 15 different people who have between 8 and 25 positives.
Yeah.
So obviously they're all affiliated, probably all over in China. Not saying anything bad about China, but you'd probably be a long time till I get the item shipped to me.
Would you do it with their positive rating number, like 99.9? Or
no, I would do it by how many positives. So I
by monthly, weekly, or
overall, I would say, yeah. Because I kept going through until I finally found somebody that had like 750 positives. And I said, that's who I'm going to order it from.
Yeah.
Because that's somebody or other that I know I'm going to get my item.
Right.
I'm not worried about not getting my money because I'll get my money one way or the other. I need the shipping supplies to ship out.
Right.
So I can't wait 3 weeks for some guy in China to not send it to me.
Right.
I don't want to buy from him. I don't want to deal with that. I'll pay an extra couple of bucks to somebody that has a lot of positives that I know that I'll get the item itself.
Sure.
And real quick, we had a Vizio television. Go ahead and laugh. And
okay, it went for $1 and whatnot.
Exactly. It wouldn't turn on, and so we needed another television. And I went on.
Oh, you bought it on whatnot for $1. It didn't work.
No. We had it sitting over there.
Okay.
Wasn't working. I went on eBay Sunday afternoon. My wife said the TV's not working. It won't turn on. We tried it, couldn't get it turned on. Sunday afternoon, I went and bought a TV on eBay. Come home Monday from work about 12:30. There's a TV sitting on the porch.
Cool.
I ordered it Sunday afternoon. Sunday, I ordered it.
Where'd it come from? Like what state?
Apparently my neighbor's house. I don't know.
What could have been a dropship like Best Buy or something?
It could have been, but geez, to order it Sunday.
You didn't look at the label? That's not like
because I ordered it on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
And it was here Monday. you know, it was on the weekend. I figured out it would come in the middle of the week or
They
something.
have one
rather
with
like
Star
that.
Wars on, but it actually came from Rochester the next day by noon. You know, it's
Right.
crazy.
Bought some eBay supplies, shipped from Nevada, 3 states over, and took exactly 2 weeks to get. Maybe she started. There you go.
I guarantee if you overnight something to me, it probably will take longer.
Yeah. All right. Now, everybody's favorite time, the big reveal, where Mr. Magazine finds out what we're talking about tonight. Are you ready, Mr. Magazine? Drum roll, please.
Can't wait.
Drum roll, please. You were like a world-class
I'm
drummer.
an old man. I got to move my arms and stuff, then flailing.
You taught Gene Krupp, I heard.
Or Krupa.
Him too. You taught both of them. We're going to talk tonight real quick about scaling up your business. And the reason why, there's 2 reasons why I thought about this. Number one, I've got 47 weeks, 2 days or so I've heard until retirement. And then I have the ability to scale up my business if I want to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to kind of talk to you about the growing pains and whether it's worth it or not. And the other reason why I wanted to mention this, now you've got a warehouse, you've got employees, you've got a lot of expenses that I don't have. However, that also allows you
more headaches.
That also allows you a lot of money coming in that I do not have. It gives you a lot more opportunities than I have. So there's pluses and minuses. There's a lot of pluses to being a one-man band. My expenses are a lot lower. Yeah. However, I trip over boxes of books every time I walk anywhere in the house. The other reason that I was thinking about this is last week we had the big reveal of our sales.
Mm-hmm.
And you did, and I'm just going to round, you did $3 million in sales. You made just over $300,000.
Right.
You basically made 10% less taxes, blah, 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 blah. You basically made 10%. I did, $125,000, and I did $25,000, and I made 20%.
Mm-hmm.
That 10% difference is probably would be employees / warehouse rent / those extra expenses that you have that I don't have.
Sure.
What advice could you give anybody scaling up? How long does it take? Is it worth it? Yes, no, or is it kind of depend upon you what your thoughts are?
We're always trying to scale up. One, you got to buy. You got to scale up when you're buying. You got to scale up when you're listing. And certain, with 15 employees now, certain listers, I can't give them higher end. I wish everyone could list 50, 100 on them. It's just not going to happen. But there's also things that take time that you don't realize, like, how you change your item specifics.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have some non-adult magazine boxes from eBay and Amazon from 2013 to 2015. And there takes up a whole row, hundreds of boxes. Hardly ever sell out of them. They're half full. They're probably damaged over time. They never sell. Well, my IT guy came up with some program where for eBay, you can end them in bulk easily, but at Amazon, we can't. So he'll pull up by year or by month and then check them all and then uncheck like records and then delete all the magazines. Well, it's a timely process because we need to clear out this whole row I want to start doing VHS on the website because they're selling like $30 a piece. Well, why are we wasting our time with $5 to $10 old magazines that haven't sold in 10 years? So, we want to clear it out, but we want to clear out quick enough where we can get the VHS on and not wait 2-3 months to do it. So it's little things like that I would say we're scaling up to do, learning like, hey, we got good stock sitting around. Why are we listing bad stock? Or like we had the one video we shot about the comics. We hired a comic guy that knows his comics. He's listing them like a madman, but we don't sell a lot of comics on a daily basis. So I told my employees, we had a meeting and said, hey, this is great that he can list comics on Amazon. Let's teach them records. Let's teach them Pokemon cards. Let's teach them Hot Wheels. Let's diversify his listing abilities and then teach him eBay because whatever's not on Amazon, he can put on eBay. That's how we're going to get money out of him. If I pay him for 40 hours a week to list comics, I'll be dead in the water in a few months, throwing money out the window. Long term, I'll make a lot of money, 5-10 years down the road, but not short term. So little things like that we're doing I would call myself scaling up with that.
Well, I guess my question to you then is, you're making 10%. A few years ago, you might have been making 5%. What's the upside that you can earn? Leave out that once in a lifetime. Leave out somebody coming in with an action comics.
You mean if I keep growing as I'm growing?
Yes. Because the other side of that comes in. At some point, you may need another warehouse, and then suddenly your expenses go up. At some point, you may need to hire more people. Right. You're at the size that you're at now. I'm at the size that I'm at now. Everybody, when they start out, scales up because
Yeah.
obviously you start out with zero.
Right.
You work to scale. You hope to make some money, and you hope to get to whatever that number is in your head, whether it's
Right.
1,000 listings, whether it's 5,000, whether it's
Right.
10,000,
Yep.
whether it's 100,000. Then what you do for a period of time is you maintain, because whether the collections aren't coming in,
Right.
whether you've got to get your processes caught up to where I'm selling 40 items a day. I've got one employee I can train into doing that. Now I've got that guy just packing. I can keep listing myself, whatever. And all you're trying to do at that point is, I'm going to call it maintain. You might have 10,000 items listed, and at the end of the year, you have 10,300 listed.
Right.
At the end of the next year, you have 10,600 listed.
Right.
You're maintaining.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you're increasing a little bit,
Right.
but you're maintaining because you're not going from 10,000 to 20.
Right.
Now you hire an employee, and I go from my 20,000 items on eBay to 40,000.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I maintain that 40,000 because that 40,000 is where I can be with me and one employee.
Right.
I add another employee, I can get up to 50, and so on and so on.
Sure.
So I guess the question when you get down to it is, right now I would say you're probably in the maintaining phase because you're not hiring lots of employees.
Right. And we're maxed out at how many employees I could really have now to cover my expenses, because what'll happen is everyone always, they don't know what's going on. My buddy go, oh, hire 20 guys and have them all list and knock this stuff out, make it easy, get rid of it all, you'll make a killing.
You would long term.
Right. But again, one, training, you got to find good workers that can list efficiently and properly, which isn't really easy, or just finding workers in general. But the point is, say my payroll's 5,000 a week now and I double it, I won't be able to pay my bills because these things aren't going to fly off the shelves that we're going to sell.
Or you would, but at the end of the year, you'd make $3 million, $3.5 million in sales, and you would put $40,000 in your pocket.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So
you wouldn't be able to pay your personal bills.
Right now we're ready to good balance. Like I said, I don't want to be paying this one employee for 40 hours, $15 an hour, and then he's listing comics that never sell every week. No, we got to mix it up, and he's doing cars today, tomorrow he'll do records or something, and diversify, and that's how we're going to get more short-term sales than just putting all our eggs into comics for $5 and $10.
Now you're right, puttings on that. I for years I've been meaning to look into that. I haven't done it. I've got a 457, I think it is, through work. So I do have money going into retirement, but at some point I may want to do that as well.
Lovely Linda's better late than never.
Yeah, so that's something other that everybody needs to think about there again, and that's how we all go about it. We start out, we're growing, and then you hit a maintain phase, and then you figure out whether you can grow again or not, whether it's hiring more employees, whether it's getting efficient, because definitely efficiencies make a difference. I noticed one thing, and I'm going to use, we're just going to talk about efficiencies here for a moment. Whatnot, which is Mr. Magazine's favorite site. I noticed there's a difference. It does take me longer. If I had 40 comic lots, 40 ephemera lots, I can get through the comic lots probably 30% faster because you don't have to look at as much. You literally put up there, hey, we got Alpha Flight, 127, 124, 122, 120, 118. Let's get the auction started. Whereas the ephemera, you've got to sell it a little bit more because everything is a little bit different.
Right.
It's not like an Alpha Flight 120 is an Alpha Flight 120.
You kind of tell a story or something.
Exactly. Whereas the ephemera, I wonder where this is from. I wonder if this has a year. I wonder.
Right,
so you add time to it. So you're actually more efficient selling comics on there. Well, the same thing goes on with eBay sales, Amazon sales, and so on. You get your efficiencies. Mm-hmm. You find that, hey, I've got the proper scanner now for postcards. I can scan 100 postcards in no time at all, and I can list 40 an hour real easy, or I can list 8 books, or I can list 14 magazines.
Yeah.
And that's how you end up growing. So that's kind of the secret, little way of scaling up your business as well, is to become more efficient.
Sure.
So the same number of people, and you just be a lot more efficient about it. And I know years ago when we did the warehouse videos, you had a number of efficiencies built in there that you didn't have 5 years earlier, because you would realize that this is going to make this easier, this is going to make this easier, this is going to make this easier, and who knows what other efficiencies you might have added since then.
When we combine boxes, they didn't do a good job properly doing it efficiently 10 years ago. Now we do have a better way, so it's less of a headache. You catch the mistakes you made, you fix and move on. But Regarding upscale again, I'll tell you a quick story. My assistant manager, he's a good lister. He's been there for a while, but he likes to do the easy stuff, the things you can scan, the little cheaper items, and like even the Hot Wheels and stuff like that. And I had a talk with him. I go, that's really beneath you at this point. You have all these items here. They take a little longer, but you should be listing $20, $25 items or more. And these $5 and $10 and $15 Hot Wheels, give them to the new guy. It's for the new. It's basic stuff. Anyone could list this stuff, but the new guy can't list jerseys. He can't list hats. He can't list, die cast out of the box, things like that you're good at that are worth more. So I kind of put that mindset into him. He's got to upscale. You know what I mean? And just delegate better listings, better items to bring the money in if you have them available.
Right. I see a couple of people said there, and then we'll let you do a rambling story. I force myself to list more books in Ephemera. 5% with 15% of my sales. Yeah, see, and that's a lot. That's one of those situations where knowing your numbers definitely guides you down the proper path. Make an updated warehouse. Yeah, we're going to at some point. Yeah, we've got a lot of ideas.
This parts might be like 15 parts show now. Yeah.
Yep. So you probably got a rambling story of the week.
So let's see. Last week we had 3 options. The dog one we did. Then we had the Mercedes and we had the Escalade one.
Yep. Which one you think's the better
we'll
story?
Do the Mercedes is definitely a better story, I think.
Okay.
So I parked my Mercedes in my buddy's garage, and I think I gave it to him in November. Then we just pulled it out when I got back from Myrtle Beach, so a couple weeks ago, and we knew it didn't start. So he started it in December. In January, it wouldn't start. I said, just leave it in there because of the weather. I don't want to have it towed and bring it to the dealership. So he couldn't start it. So he came over there. I go, well, let's get, AAA down there. They came down. They brought the device. They wanted to jump start it and stuff. And he said low battery. He needed a new battery. They wanted to charge me, but they didn't have a battery. He goes, let me send a guy down here with a battery. So he comes down with a flatbed, a battery. It's the wrong battery. He comes with a flatbed, but he's got a jump starter that works. So he's able to jump start it. They pull the car out. They leave it running. They put the windows down. They say, you're good to go, and they leave. So he calls me. I said, I came back because this is like, you got to wait for an hour and this and that. So I'm at my house. Like, all right, my wife will bring me over. We'll come pick it up. I bring it, pick it up, drives fine, get to my house, pull it in. I turn it off, and I go, well, let me just turn it because the windows were down. I couldn't turn it back on to get the windows up. So obviously it couldn't take a charge. They were able to jump it, but it couldn't hold a charge. So now it's 5 o'clock. So I call AAA again. They come down and they give you a phone link. You have to describe everything through the phone. You can't talk to anyone anymore. So and every time I said, need a flatbed because I wanted to bring it to the dealership, flatbed. So the first one was that small vehicle that has all the batteries in it. Then the flatbed came and they did that. So the next one comes, it's the first guy with the small vehicle again. So it was at my buddy's location house. Now it's at my address. And I said, why are you coming here when you know it's me? He goes, well, the name in the car was the same, but the address was different.
Because multiple people have the name.
So basically, I own 2 of the same identical car, 2 different locations. I go, come on, this is ridiculous. So then he goes, well, it's 6:30 now. We shut down at 7. I think it was Easter Sunday. I think it was.
Oh.
We shut down at 7, but then other company will come out. Well, this other company didn't come out till midnight because there were some emergencies on the road, and they got to help out the police before they come see me. Make a long story short, they got it into the shop, Mercedes dealership. It needed a $500 battery. It needed $500 for annual maintenance.
Why are the batteries $500?
Because it's Mercedes and no one else has them, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Annual maintenance was $500. There were some things wrong with the rims to put it up to snuff. That was another, a few hundred here and there with some little issues. And then the tires were bald, $2,000. So it cost me $4,000. So between that and my dog, I'm out almost $10,000 in the last couple of weeks.
Ooh, luckily sales were down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And payroll's up.
Oh, nice. Nice. So you're going to be crying the blues next year at our reveal show.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming on out. Hopefully this will be better. Hopefully I pay Mr. Magazine the money on time next time, so he doesn't have to teach me a lesson, bring over a bat again, and bring over his goons. Hit the like button if you could. Stop on by Whatnot tomorrow. We got a book sale, 4 o'clock. Catalog books. Stop by the following Tuesday. Our typical ephemera with print ads and more. Every week, Mr. Magazine gets a little bit of a chuck for some print ads that moved and maps and things like that. Definitely do appreciate it. And we'll see you next video.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.